Hello, brand talkers. My name is Ojibe, and you're welcome to this episode on Brand Talk. Today, we're going to be talking about minding your own business. No, not that stay in your lane, mind your business, or face your front, mind your business. Nah, not that. We're talking about literally you minding your own business. So, our goal in life is to be successful in whatever field we operate in, right? You know, we as amazing individuals who want to leave some sort of inheritance for our grandchildren. They call it generational wealth, right? A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Proverbs 13:22. So, wealth, according to Oxford Dictionary, is defined as an abundance of valuable possessions or money. I, however, choose to state it this way. Wealth is an abundance of valuable assets and legacy. Like I said, my own opinion. So, I want to focus on wealth as an abundance of valuable assets, and hopefully with that I want to help you understand why you should start minding your own business. I want to help you understand why it is important you start minding your own business. Now, I often wonder how titans like industry titans, business titans like Aliko Dangote, Mike Adenuga, Folorunsho Alakija, Tony Lumelu, these titans, the likes and all. And that's talking about Nigeria. Then you can talk about Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Donald Trump, and so on and so forth. How these guys, I wonder how they've amassed great wealth and still keep on amassing these wealth. Like, it's almost like the party never stops for them. Then I started wondering what it was like for them in their early years, what propelled them to this route to insane generational wealth. Now, let's take Dangote for example. He's the richest man in Africa. Now, Dangote was born in 1957. He was born into an entrepreneurial household in Kano. He was raised by his grandfather, Sanusi Dantata, a successful businessman and actually one of the richest in Kano back then. Aliko Dangote would attribute his entrepreneurial spirit and his businessman spirit to being raised as a child under his grandfather. He said in primary school he usually sells sweets. He will buy packets of sweets and sell in class and all. Well, little wonder that after he graduated at age 21, he decided to borrow $3,000 from a wealthy uncle of his to start importing and selling agricultural commodities in Nigeria. Well, we know the story today. Of course, it was a huge success. He was able to pay back the loan, triple it, quadruple it, whatever you want to, and start investing in so many other areas. Today, the Dangote Group have their teeth in many industries in Nigeria, including oil and gas, consumer goods, and manufacturing. Aliko Dangote's net worth as of today is $17.8 billion. Okay, case number 2. Let's talk about the richest woman in Africa, Folorunsho Alakija, born in 1951. She actually started off as an employee. She worked as executive secretary in Lagos in 1974 and she works as an executive secretary for Sijuade Enterprises. I'm not really sure I got the whole pronunciation well, but please mind me and all. That was in 1974, and she later moved to work in a bank. It was called Fame Bank then, but it's now First City Monument Bank, or it was acquired by First City Monument Bank. Now, in 1984, she decided to switch careers and she went from being an employee to becoming a businesswoman. She went into the fashion industry. She had actually traveled out to Nigeria for a 1-year fashion course in London. When she got back, she set up her fashion house, Supreme Stitches, which is now called the Rose of Sharon House of Fashion. Actually, back then, it went on to be one of the best in Nigeria in terms of fashion houses. And notably, she had one of our first ladies as a customer, talking about Miriam Babangida, of course, the wife of Ibrahim Badimosi Babangida, the former head of state of Nigeria. Now, in 1993, she ventured into oil exploitation and exploration, through her company Famfa Oil Limited. Now, today, Folunsha Alakija has has businesses in various industries like fashion, oil and gas, print and promotions, and she's even into real estate. Her estimated net worth is $1.6 billion. Now, I can go on and talk about, so many of these guys, but just these two titans I've talked about, I don't know if you noticed a pattern in the two stories. Both Aliko and Folunsho started the journey to wealth creation when they started minding their own business. Now, mind your own business is actually a gospel of encouraging you out there, whoever that is listening to me, to start growing your assets as against growing your income. Now, what do I mean by growing your assets as against growing your income? I'm using myself as an example, and I'm going to talk about two aspects of my life. I've worked as an employee, and in my employee journey, I worked with a ride-sharing business here in Nigeria. I work with a fintech company in Nigeria as well. I work with an agriculture firm. I also work with a book publishing firm in Canada, and I work with an NGO as an employee. And one thing that has always been constant, no matter where I went, whether working remotely or working, what is called a physical location or in-house per se, the salary was never enough. And I'm talking about for everybody. It's not just for the least earning person in the office, right? It was for everybody. We all practically waited for payday like it's heaven day. And when payday comes, you start hearing things like talking about a week or two. From 3 days after payday, you start hearing things like, the salary has finished too, and I couldn't even do anything for myself. Things like that. And we're talking, and like I said, it's from 3 days or even sometimes 2 days and all, depended on. And it's crazy. It's funny, but this actually the reality, or it was our reality as employees, is actually what people are going through today as employees. Now, switching career to the other part of my life, as a self-employed solopreneur. Now we changed from payday to, because I'm a designer, it became project paydays, right? So it's no longer something you expect once every month. Sometimes if you're lucky, you get like multiple projects in a month. But basically, so anytime a project pays, it's our own heaven day as solopreneurs or self-employed designers per se. And you know what this kind of like made okay, let me put it this way. So it made us erroneously seeking for promotions as employees. Let's go after promotions. When I get promoted, I get paid more money, and you think that being paid more money will mean that you're going to earn more or create wealth per se. Or as a self-employed solopreneur, you're looking out for the bigger clients. So you're jumping like, okay, let me let me put in a lot of work so that I can attract the bigger clients. At the end of the day, these things don't actually make you wealthy. They don't actually put, yeah, they probably, your income increases and all, but at the end of the day, you don't stay wealthy. You still go back in that rat race of doing everything to get a promotion to earn more, or doing everything in terms of like you're putting training, you're putting yourself out there to get bigger paying clients. And now, one of the reasons our income will never ever amount to wealth, it will never ever amount to wealth for us, is what we call taxes. Yeah, the big bad guy, taxes. Now, don't be fooled actually. It's actually the middle working class and the self-employed that bears the burden of tax in Nigeria. And actually, I can dare say in everywhere in the world, the middle working class and the self-employed, they are the ones that bear the burden of tax. And in fact, the wealthy 1%, the Dangotes of this world, the Donald Trumps of this world, and the rest, the wealthy 1%, they actually pay little or no tax at all. And it's absolutely legal. Now, here's the gist. We have to understand that the tax system was designed that way. It's actually designed to favor the very, very wealthy, the rich. The tax system was designed to favor the rich, and it made it so that the middle working class, whether you're the middle upper working class, the lower class, whatever it is, so long as you're earning salary, so long as you're self-employed, you guys are the ones bearing the brunt, bearing the burden of tax in Nigeria, America, wherever it is you are. So that's why it's kind of funny when I turn on the news and I hear people protesting, especially in the western parts, like tax the rich more, blah blah blah, stuff like that and all. But come on, at the end of the day, when they increase the tax rates, right, it's still the guys that are earning more that gets to pay more. So that lady that just got promoted in her office and she jumped from earning 250,000 to earning 750,000 naira, she gets taxed more. That's pretty much it. And she's not even Aliko Dangote. See, I'm not a tax expert, so I believe one thing I can do is one of these days I'm gonna get a tax expert, or a tax educator on this show, and let's get to talk more about our tax system, so you get to understand why the tax is designed this way, and it probably will help you. I'm not trying to help you start avoiding tax, but it probably help you understand better how the whole tax economy works and all. So, but let me get back to what I'm talking about. Aside tax, you have the issues of, you have your family to take care of, you have your community to take care of, and of course, as your income grows, your tax grows and all that, you find out that your income covers the new car, your income covers the new house you want to buy, it covers your vacation, it covers the self-care appointments, your income covers the new PlayStation 5, it covers the new iPhone 13. So there's a lot of stress on your income. So how can you become Aliko Dangote? How can you become Folorunsho Alakija? How can you become Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos if there is so much strain, so much stress on your income? Now, unlike Aliko Dangote and Folorunsho, if you're earning income and not growing your assets, you are actually minding other people's businesses and not minding your own business. So let me say it again. If you're just collecting paychecks, I don't care if you're earning $1 million naira monthly, 5 million naira monthly, 100,000 naira monthly, you are not minding your own business. You are actually minding other people's business. Now, I'm not actually saying that everybody should become a business person, like you should leave your 9 to 5 job. Nah, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm actually saying is that everyone should have their monies working for them and increasing their assets. You don't have to leave your 9 to 5, if because not everybody is built for business, right? However, you can own stocks, you can own bonds, you can invest in income generating real estate. You can, well, if you think you can run a business, you can go out there and set up a business. Now you can do all these things whether as an employee or a solopreneur or a self-employed person. As a solopreneur, I'll advise you can expand from being a solopreneur to actually being a business while investing in any of the portfolios I've mentioned previously. The idea of running your own business is to put your money in portfolios that are constantly generating more income for you. Funny thing, I have a friend of mine shared something with me on Instagram talking about in 2017 the CEO of Coca-Cola was paid like his was he I don't know what they call it, but like his payout in terms of profit and everything for that 2017 was about $10.2 million. Whereas Warren Buffett, one of the biggest investors I've known, and like that man is a good investor, and in that same year as an investor having shares in Coca-Cola, 500 and over $500 million. So you see, that's why we're not talking about Tim Cook. Tim Cook is the CEO's is Apple CEO, right? Apple, the company, that's Tim Cook. But we hear of Bill Gates, the owner of Microsoft. We hear of Jeff Bezos. We're not hearing of executives, directors, or whatever, CEOs. We're hearing of the owners and all. So basically, what I'm trying to get you to understand is the idea of running your business, the idea of running your own business is to put your money in portfolios that are constantly generating more income for you. And mostly these incomes are tax-free incomes. Aliko and Folorunso are not just business tycoons, they are assets creators. Their best employee is their money and is working 24/7 for them. I tell people money is like your best employee. Why? It works 24/7. It doesn't collect salary, it doesn't go on vacation, it doesn't go on leave. It's pretty much working 365, 247 every day of the week, and no government in this world, no labor law will sue you for overworking money. Nobody is going to do that. So you don't have to wait for the big bucks, in terms of you don't have to wait to get a big money to get the millions before you start or before you employ your money to work for you. You can actually find out any of the investment portfolios that I listed in terms of business, whether you're setting up a business, whether you're buying stocks, whether you're buying bonds, real estate, whether it's royalties from intellectual properties in terms of if you have songs, stuff like that, and whether you have notes into IOUs and etc. like that. Just find investment portfolios that allow you to employ the little money you have and you can start growing it. Just find that investment portfolio that allow you just invest the little money you have and you can start running it from there. Because what it means is that little by little you're adding in terms of your assets. Your assets is growing, and as they keep growing you can invest more, and as the more is now is not the time to buy the new house. Now is not the time to go on the vacation. Right now, I think it's Jay-Z that said it, if you can't do it twice, if you can't pay for it twice, then you can't afford it. So if you can't buy that house twice, you can afford it. If you can't buy that car twice, you can afford it. If you can't go for that vacation, if you can't pay for that vacation with the family twice, you can't afford it. Now, I'm going to say a name because he's a foreigner and I'm really not in terms of how to pronounce his name, like Chris Gillibrand, I think I'm right, but he's an American author, blogger, and entrepreneur, and some of his work includes The Art of Nonconformity and the $100 Startup. He once said, in the long term, security comes from an asset you create or acquire, not a position in someone else's assets. So, Tim Cook is minding someone else's business. If you're a CEO, if you're a managing director, whatever position you are in that organization as an employee, you're managing someone else's assets. You're minding someone else's business. So, like I said, we can suspend buying the new car, the new house, or even the vacation for now. Let us start growing our assets first, and let our assets pay for the new house, pay for the cars, pay for the vacations. So, a few weeks ago, I spoke with a friend of mine, an amazing person. She's an amazing lady, and she's married with kids to an amazing guy and all. She works for an organization, and she also runs a small business by the side. She's like self-employed by the side as well. The husband owns a successful real estate business here in Abuja, and from our conversation, I realized that she wants to earn more. She wants to bring more to the home front. Like, she wants her family to create generational wealth. So you can pretty much say that this episode, I'm actually dedicating it to her and all. And however, it's also to you listening right now. Earning more money in terms of waiting to be promoted, it won't get you there. It won't get you to being wealthy. Creating more income generating assets, that is what will get us there. That is what will get us to on the path of becoming the Bezos, the Dangotes, the Folunshua Lakijas of this world. Like I mentioned when I talked about Aliko Dangote, he's in a lot of industry. His businesses is booming, it's growing and everything. And talking about Folunshua Lakija as well. She's in a lot of businesses. You had the fashion industry, the real estate, and so on and so forth. So let us employ our money to start working for us, guys. The rich focus on assets, others focus on income. This is taken from lesson 3, Mind Your Own Business, from the Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. That you also aspire to lead a quiet life, to mind your own business, and to work with your own hands, as we commanded you. 1 Thessalonians 4:11, New King James Version. So, ask yourself today, are you minding your own business, or are you minding someone else's business? Brood on this, and please share your opinion in the comment section, or send us an email at brandtokcommunity@gmail.com. Till I see you in our next episode, I am yours, Ojibe. Peace out.